What's up, everybody? Today we're talking about The Do-Over, Adam Sandler's latest Netflix exclusive film. Now, you may recall a couple of years ago, Netflix announced that it would be doing a series of 4 films with Sandler that would be exclusive to Netflix. This is the second of those 4, coming after The Ridiculous 6. Now, the one thing I will say in favor of The Do-Over is that it is better than The Ridiculous 6. Unfortunately, that's not saying a lot because that movie was nearly unwatchable. Now, this time in The Do-Over, Sandler is paired with David Spade, his former SNL co-star, and the two still have a lot of fun together. It does have the feeling of two famous people on vacation, kind of shooting a movie in their time between drink orders, but that's forgivable. That sort of thing is okay in a road trip buddy comedy. What's less forgivable is how flat the jokes fall. The story takes place when Spade's character, who is basically the definition of a loser, meets up with his former high school best friend, played by Sandler, a guy named Max. Now, Max realizes that Spade's character, Charlie, has not made all the best decisions and is not living the life he wants. He's living as a kind of the father to children that are not his own, with a wife who openly cheats on him. His stepkids hate him. He works at a depressing bank branch located inside a supermarket. Sandler decides to take things into his own hands and stage their deaths. Now, this is the obvious course of action that many of us, I'm sure, have taken, and surprisingly, it works out perfectly well for Sandler and Spade. They're able to fake their deaths without a problem. Nobody is suspicious or tries to chase them down, and they make it away scot-free. Then a series of improbable, make that impossible coincidences give them millions of dollars, a villa in Puerto Rico, and a Ferrari to play around with. From there, though, things take a turn because it seems they may have chosen the wrong 2 bodies to use as their doubles, because someone is now out to kill them. So this sounds like a fairly decent setup for a movie, and indeed it is a relatively okay idea. What's lacking is the execution. This feels all but directionless as Sandler and Spade basically do whatever they want. They both feel unprepared and under-rehearsed as they kind of ad-lib their way through lines that maybe once upon a time would have been funny, but now feel very dated and very crude. There are a lot of very questionable gay jokes. One of the recurring themes is revealing that a character has all along been gay. They do that no less than 3 times, and each time it gets less funny and more insensitive. That kind of thing happens a lot. This feels very much like a 90s style sense of humor, and not in a good way. The nostalgia factor is really not there. Sandler kind of plays the same character he was in Pixels. He's a very gruff, apathetic figure who nevertheless commands the loyalty of those around him as though he were this charismatic leader. Spade is essentially playing Joe Dirt, except in an office setting and even more depressing and without the kind of charming bravado. They go through this adventure together, and you can see every twist coming a mile away. There's no real emotional payoff, which sometimes can happen in these silly comedies. What you do get instead is a ton of violence, a lot of swearing. It's a very adult movie, but not a very funny movie. So I can't really recommend any audience should watch this except for Happy Madison completionists who have to be sure they've seen the entire canon. That's it for The Do-Over, and as they say, for all things Adam Sandler, keep it locked to IGN.